lovers are the strangers. The little house, little man, little green, little dream. Same old moon, everybody sing. Sure ain't hard to come your blessing. Yesterday we celebrated our first year together, and together started keeps better than lovers and when we met. I never dreamed that it would be perfect.
Thank you all for coming to celebrate the bride and groom today. You have all officially survived the pandemic. Give yourself a round of applause. Okay. You did it, Grandma. That virus didn't stand a chance. So for those of you who don't know me, I am Kevin, brother of the bride, brother-in-law of the groom, Nick. Quick admin note for the remainder of the ceremony, the bride will be known as Sass. I couldn't pronounce Sarah when I was growing up, so she was Sass. As many of you may or may not know, I was Kenna Boy. I have outgrown that one, thankfully. So many of you were concerned that I might make these proceedings about myself, as opposed to the happy couple. Many of you have voiced this rather explicitly over the past 2 days. Naturally, that would be remarkably self-centered of me. But allow me to digress. As some of you know, last summer I graduated from Ranger School, the premier leadership academy of the United States military. We averaged 3 hours of sleep a night, 1 meal a day, for a minimum of 62 days. Though if you failed certain phases, as most soldiers did, it could be up to 80 or 100 or even more. To get through this challenge, most people wrote in their hats, they tick off how many days they've been there, how many days they had left, any motivation they had for like quotes or anything over that period. And for me, for those 2 months, in order to get to the ceremony that was supposed to happen on Labor Day, I just had Sass in my hat. Sharpie right there. You got a long way to go here.
I didn't know that.
The pollen up here in Maine is just terrible. You know, it's just. All right, sorry, I got serious there for a second. We'll get back to the jokes. All right, so every time people ask me about my family, usually on an unsuccessful first date, I always tell the same story about my sister. I tell them how we mostly got along growing up, but had our squabbles, as all siblings do. I tell them how we lost touch a little bit when Sass went off to college. Then when I was in college, Sass reached back out. She traveled to my baseball games. She made the effort. And we've been like super close ever since. Lived in Manhattan together, took care of your cat a little bit. The person usually responds that they're very jealous and wish they had a sister like Sass that I have. And those losers should be jealous. My friends have all met and known Sass for a long time. They would periodically ask about what her boy situation was. Wouldn't always know what to answer. Like, I always wanted her to be with someone perfect, because she deserved it. And I could tell that person hadn't shown up yet. Then there was Nick. And it was different. And I knew it immediately. So, the first time I knew of Nick's existence was a few years ago. We were at Thanksgiving at Auntie Helen's house in North Carolina. I was using Sass's phone to navigate in the car for my technologically challenged father. A text notification came across the top of Sass's phone for some dude named Nick. And all it said was, "I'm always happy when I'm talking to you."
Aww.
Didn't say anything until literally right now. Just made a mental note and waited till around a month or two later when I was formally introduced to Nick at dinner. So then we met Nick. And would you believe it, guys? He's in the military. What are the odds, right? Did not see that one coming. So we were up at the lake, and it's Memorial Day weekend. Now, if anyone, I know a lot of the family, a lot of people here have been to the lake in May, and they know that in May, the water and air are absolutely freaking freezing. And there's Nick in the water, learning how to wakeboard. Lips turning blue, yelling, hit it.
Wasn't pretty.
Me and my dad are in the boat, begging him to get back in. Like, it's freezing, we'll try this in July. We got mom's lasagna waiting for us. Like, we know you're trying to impress us. We get it, you did it. Like, let's get back in the boat and go home. So, you did good, Nick. Epilogue, he got up the next morning on the wakeboard, so mission accomplished. I bugged him enough the next day to get him to admit that he was trying to impress us, and that was the only reason he was actually miserable. But that was my introduction to Nick.
Webster's dictionary defines wedding as the fusing of two metals with a hot torch. Well, you know something? I think we're two metals. Gold medals. I don't know if, I used these vows in September when we got married, and I think the only one who got the joke was Kevin at the time for being an office hand. So I'm glad I got some laughter on this one.
It's half the people there.
I feel incredibly lucky to be here today with you and surrounded by our families. Knowing we're about to embark upon this incredible journey together, you continue to show me how much you care about me and always are my biggest supporter. One of the first memories of this is back when we used to live and drive to work together. One day we came home, it was very dark, and I needed to parallel park. A guy behind me was very impatient, blaring his horn, making me try to park very quickly and trying to pass me. Probably because I'm a bad parallel parker and not very used to it, but you spun around in the car, and I think you even got outside the window to yell at him to stop. And that was the moment I knew you'd always have my back and I've always since that moment. And I think there were a couple middle fingers thrown in there and out the window, but I knew you had my back. We literally spend 24/7 together, and even through COVID, that's, now it's like 38/7. Even outside of drill, when you finally got a free weekend, and when you take a moment to stop and look what happens in all that time together, we realize what a good time we're always actually having, and we're always enjoying the moment. I vow to always make life fun with you, go on lots of adventures with you, and always help you steal cool stuff from restaurants, like the cool guacamole bowl we got in Mexico City. I vow to always use my strength and naturally calm demeanor to always balance out your emotions. For example, when you cry each time the train conductor gives me a military discount, even after the 100th time. I vow to always take care of you, protect you, and make you feel safe, unless it's from Lou Bear, the former Lou Bear. Then you're completely on your own, and I absolutely cannot defend you from every random bite and scratch from every kitty cat you encounter.
I should have updated these vows for the last.
I vow to eat lots of food with you and always cook lots of delicious meals together, whether that means eating fried chicken and tacos in bed or helping you duct tape a pizza to the back of your bike and driving home. Lastly, I vow to love you unconditionally, always. I promise to be honest, faithful, and to never give up on us. I will always work through the tough times with you until we figure it out. I promise to be your biggest supporter and teammate. Today, I choose you to be my wife again and offer myself to you. I love you.
Nick, we're 10 months out from the last time we spoke our vows to each other. And I feel like I've done a pretty good job holding up my end of the vows. But it was important to be able to stand up here in front of all of our family and friends who've been on this journey with us and be able to tell them and show them that we finally got it right. It wasn't a straight path to get here for either of us, but we found each other. And I promise to never take that for granted, to never take for granted that I get to face every day with the kindest, most thoughtful person who can anticipate my needs so well and always puts me first. You've always been so in tune with my emotions, this uncanny ability to look at me and know if I need help or a hug. So you probably could have written these words for me and written them better. Though one of my favorite aspects of our relationship is that we're always communicating our thank yous, no matter how small the gesture, and we're open about the impact we've had on one another's lives. So I memorialized some of that for today and September, though I'm not sure I'll be able to do us and our relationship justice. You know, when you're part of a team, you want to better yourself, not just for yourself, but for the greater good of the team. I feel that team bear mentality in everything we do, from chores around the apartment, little surprise gifts for each other, frequently food-based, and picking up the slack when one of us just needs a day to recharge. You've taught me patience, how to be comfortable and confident just being myself. It's okay to ask for help, the difference between lettuce and cabbage, and that everything doesn't have to be perfect, but putting away my clothes is a good place to start. And of course, I've taught you how to navigate New York City subways, how to not burn pasta, and how much hair can come off one single human being's head. I vow to keep learning from you, growing together, and to always put our team first. Now, you remind me to go easy on myself, remind me that I'm stronger than I think. You challenge me, inspire me, and make me feel seen, not just as the bubbly, sassy girl, but the one easily turned to tears at commercials, or who writes too many to-do lists, who is often paralyzed when having to make even tiny decisions, and is totally fine wearing socks in bed. But I'm so comfortable being myself with you, my goofy, loud, sometimes gross self. I vow never to hide what I'm feeling from you and to create a space where you feel you can do the same. Now, we've been blessed to have 3.5 years together, relatively little drama, but these past 16 months have challenged us with Lou's sickness. And our injuries, my moped accident and your Achilles, which you won't stop complaining about, all while living and working in that tiny one-bedroom with the same 4 songs playing on repeat day after day. But you've been a beacon of fortitude and stability and optimism, and I've attempted to follow your lead. You've rarely complained, kept to a schedule, somehow balancing long work hours and National Guard and the full-time job of reminding me how much good a simple walk in the fresh New York City air can do. I vow to be that beacon for you when you need someone to guide you and lift you up. Now, to paraphrase our good buddy Jim Halpert, Bar Harbor was Plan B, Lake George was definitely Plan C, and Plan A was marrying you a long, long time ago, pretty much the day I met.
All right, so I've got some rings for you guys. Spoiler alert, you've been wearing them for 9 months. Nick?
Oh, me.
This is you. Nick, please face Sass. Repeat after me.
I, Nick,
I, Nick,
take you, Sarah,
take you, Sarah,
to be my wife,
to be my wife,
to have and to hold,
to have and to hold,
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for better, for worse,
for better, for worse,
for richer, for poor,
for richer, for poor,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
to love and to cherish,
to love and to cherish,
till death do us part.
till death do us part.
1 for 1. Sass, please face Nick. Repeat after me.
I, Sarah,
Hi, Sass. Hi, Sarah.
I had Sarah written. Take you, Nick,
Take you, Nick,
to be my husband,
to be my husband again,
to have and to hold,
to have and to hold,
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for better, for worse,
for better, for worse,
for richer, for poor,
for richer, for poor,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
to love and to cherish,
to love and to cherish,
till death do us part.
till death do us part.
Should anyone present know any reason that this couple should not be joined in holy matrimony, please speak now or forever hold your peace. I've always wanted to do that. They're already married. You missed your chance 9 months ago. Sorry, buddy. By the power vested in me, by openministry.com, I now pronounce you husband and wife Nick, you may kiss the bride.